So, when I came back to Genshin, the first thing I did was check out my characters. Zhongli is hot as always. Give me his Arlecchino. Is my daddy. I'm crying because no Yai Miko. Please, Yai Miko, I need you in my life, please. Please, I'll do anything for you. You want me to bark? I'll bark. What the actual hell am I doing with my life? Many characters that I love and enjoy. Then, I came across Eula, a character I haven't touched in centuries. But
you're as beautiful as the day I lost you.
Kiss me on my hot mouth.
I'm glad to be reminded of her beauty. She's gorgeous. Her aesthetics truly are something.
Were you blinded by its majesty?
Blinded?
Paralyzed? Dumbstruck?
Yes. No. Though regardless of how good she looks, I was also reminded that there's a reason to why I haven't used her in a while. You see, when I first pulled Eula, it wasn't because of her looks. You probably don't believe that, but it's the truth. It was primarily her gameplay. The way her gameplay looked and felt was very appealing to me. I thought she was cool, so that's why she's in my roster. It was only after that I did admire her looks. Then before I knew it, I was straight up jorking it. And by it, well, I mean my pee. Before I go on, I need to get this straight. Eula isn't a bad character. She's not. She can do great damage, and she does that damage very well. But is that damage worth it? Let me explain. As you probably know, what Eula does for damage is physical damage. That is a problem. Not an insane problem, but a problem nonetheless. At least for me. Her being focused on physical is the primary reason why I don't use her that much. Now, the problem with it, in my opinion, is the lack of consistent AoE physical damage. Sure, the elemental skills and bursts of physical characters, and Eula's especially, can do AoE, but as for the consistent AoE normally, nah, nothing impressive. As of now in Genshin, there isn't a character yet who helps with this problem. If I'm going against multiple enemies at once, I'd rather just use the other elements for vaporize, melt, or dendro reactions that have the capabilities that apply to a wide area. This is the major weakness of physical in my opinion. Not to mention, as soon as I see any robot who has insane physical resistance, hell nah, I'm good. Put that physical away. You'll keep it in there, okay? Let me just use the other elements instead. Also, I have to consider enemies who have elemental shields. Physical, although it can break those shields, it can't do it as efficiently as the other elements. That's another situation where physical struggles. Don't get me wrong, physical is fun to mess around with, but at the same time, Genshin Impact is known for elemental reactions. Physical lacks the elemental reactions that compare with the others. It's like Geo in a way. Even taking superconduct and other supports for physical damage into account, elemental attacks and reactions are just in favor of Genshin. Physical does not compete nowhere as well as the other elements. The other elements just offer so much more variety and benefits that outshine physical as a whole. That's why the question comes to ask, is physical a failed experiment? Of course not, bruh. Man, bro, if you have C6 Bennett, dude, you put that with physical damage dealers, bro, that shit, oh man, that shit makes physical the most OP thing in the game. Dude, trust me, that shit is insane. Don't listen to that guy. He's just a dumbass. I'm not really sure if physical is a failed experiment. It could be so much more. The lack of AoE is solely because of the lack of more physical characters. As of now, I can think of 5 physical based characters. Eula, of course, Razor, Xinyan, Fremine, and Mika. 4 of them are DPS based, while Mika supports physical. As you see, there is a clear lack of variety. So, how could we fix this? More characters, obviously, but more specifically ones that offer that physical area of effect. Take Xiangling, for example. Instead of Pyro Nado, make that shit physical Nado. How about Nahida's skill? But instead of the Dendro link, it's physical instead. How about Ayato's huge ass burst? Okay? Imagine that whole thing just physical water instead, okay? Well, that would probably be ice, but you get what I mean. Someone who can do that, but physically, would be pretty great. I feel like there is crazy potential for physical, but I think Hoyoverse is just scared to do anything more. Just look at Eula. She can absolutely destroy anything in her path. Which, by the way, I'm curious. Physical is solely based on normal attacks from a character, right? You know, when they swing around their weapon, that's physical, okay? But Eula, she hits really hard with her weapon, while others don't hit as hard. Does that mean Eula has insane strength? Did she have to buy new swords because she swings them too hard and breaks them? Could she punch a hole in a mountain? How is she able to do this? Sorry, getting off track there. Now, imagine if Eula had the AoE potential of other characters. She would be an unstoppable force. Maybe too strong. The Genshin devs are just cowards. I know it. They're too afraid of this power. That, or they can stop producing more robots and enemies with elemental shields. Like, damn! It's a miracle that Eula was able to take on a Geo Lolatril, which has 50% physical resistance, by the way. Kalo, you mean in a fight, right? In a fight, right? Yes! Of course, my friend. She's that good, okay? She'll kick its ass. Not as well, but she'll do it. Overall, just going with the normal elements is just easier and better. There are more advantages to it, while physical has too many limitations. The lack of characters specifically designed to address the physical issues further accentuates the gap between physical and elemental teams. But at the end of the day, does it matter? Sure, physical, it's a different approach to gameplay. And it's fun. Maybe, just maybe, it's meant to be this way. Can it really be a failed experiment when in favorable situations, physical can work truly? Perhaps we shall look at this as an experiment that has yet to be finished. We're still, maybe, testing the waters out here. One day, the Genshin devs will lock in and open the door for physical to rise up. Maybe they'll do the same for Geo, but that's an entirely different video. Anyway, Chad Muffins, let me know what you think about this thing. Am I wrong for what I think? Is this whole video a bad take? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.